and you're with me for another episode of Coffee Talk, number 575. It's Friday, March the 20th, 2026, and got some pretty good topics lined up tonight. Got a few things to talk about. I want to welcome everybody in. I'm drinking coffee, my elixir. And at this point, I feel like I should say life is good. Uncle Al died Bullfrog 79. And KP Heathen, Jack Stacks. Welcome, gentlemen. It has been a day. And happy birthday, Jack. I saw where somebody had sent him a card on one of his shorts. Pre-retirement days. Hello, Betty. I'm showing 8 in the house and 4 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated by your host, who is drinking coffee. Melinda Elliott, how are you doing, young lady? Hillbilly Josh, how are you doing, sir? I tell you, y'all are very close to a major event on my channel. I do 100 new subscriber giveaways, and I'm very close. I'm within 2, and I may get there this evening or it may be overnight, but I do expect to get there, and it will trigger. Hello, Nicole and Gary. Mike Crusher Reviews. Hello, how are you doing, sir? A number of the people have benefited from one of my prior boxes having won. Not everybody, but most of the people in the stream right now have won something from me in the past. Been one of my 100 new friends giveaways. And again, happy birthday, Jack. Mr. Stacks. Not his real name, but it's the one he chooses to go by. It's a cool sounding name at any rate. Very cool sounding name. If you want to find out what his real first name is, go to his recent short. I think it's one of the last 2 or 3 that he's done. Somebody wrote him a card and it has a different name on it. Hint, hint, hint. Having fun. You know, I make fun about a lot of things, but I don't give away people's phone numbers when they send me a phone number. I don't give away private information. I don't let people know. I mean, I might state, well, I know you live in such and such a state, but I don't tell where people live. You know, I have to know when I send them a package, if we're going to communicate, if they choose to want to text with me or call, you know, talk on the phone or even email. I've got some folks that email. Like there are 2 or 3 people over in the UK because of the cost of transatlantic phone calls and such. Occasionally I get an email. Occasionally I send an email. Unkael, I was wondering when Enrique would show up. So I am going to be doing some goodie boxes in addition to the 2300 giveaway. And I've been getting mail. Here's one of them. I just got these in. What in the world are those? Here's something else. I've been putting these in my boxes. These are really nice. They're camping mugs, stainless set. 2 mugs, they fit one inside the other. Very, very nice, very nice. And you can use them to heat water. Capacity 1 liter. Nice. I've been putting those in boxes. I got these in. Lots of trash and lots of crap. This is a 4-pack. One of these is going to go in my bag. And I will be putting one of these in my box that I'll be sending out to whoever the winner is. It is a bivvy. I got stuff that should be coming in, and I'll be putting my box together for whoever the next winner is. So, the way, 11 in the house, 12 likes. So the way it works, yeah, that was an awesome MRE that he sent me, and I will be doing a review on that at some point. Why, Dave, how are you doing? Yoda's Blessed Life is in the house. You know, there's hope for all of us. A little over a year ago, my channel was bigger than Dave's. And now he It's over 55,000. He did change his format. What he was doing, he changed to a more Christian format, and since then his channel has blown up. Previously, he was doing a lot more like what Jack does, and he was picking up subscribers, but it wasn't the way it is now. Previously, we both would gain about 100 or so a month, right at 100, give or take a month. And then he went through a channel format change, and then it just blew up. It just blew up, and it's just been going up and up and up. And before you know it, he'll be over to 100K, probably by Christmas. He'll be at 100K. So there's hope for the rest of us. Yes, there's 3 in the house. There's 3 in the house. And actually, we're all Davids. All 3 of us are Davids, but, some folks, when I was in school, I was educated by Catholic nuns, mainly, from Ireland. Nuns, priests, a lot of people from the UK and people from Ireland. And an Irish way to say David is Dave. So there are 3 of us in the house right now. My friend Yoda, my friend a newer friend, who's got an awesome channel. He's got an awesome channel. He's into stacking. And I was, as I was said, well, I stack preps, and I stack ammunition, and I stack stuff that, but he really stacks some awesome coins. I've been looking at these shorts he's been doing, the coins, awesome coins. I really, and the music he puts with his shorts, he should have 10,000 friends right now, at least. And I'm sure eventually he'll be there. And that would be Mr. Jack Stacks, 64. And yeah, he sent me a picture of himself. We look a lot alike. He's better looking, though, of course. He's also a little bit younger. He's a couple of years younger, just about. Awesome content. I can't say too much about him. I love his content. Yeah, that's good. Yes, and Yoda stacks silver. Yeah, I've got almost 2 years on you. I've got like 23 months. I'll be 64 this next month in April. So happy birthday, and many more. May you have another 30 birthdays, at least. Same to you, my friend Yoda. So, and Uncle Al's up there. I mean, he's pretty close to us. I think he's got about a year on me. Uncle Al died, Bullfrog 79. I think he's got about a year on me, maybe a little over a year. So I was talking with retirement yesterday. In January, this coming year in January, I have to apply for Medicare, and I'll get Medicare Part B, and it'll cover pretty much whatever my teacher retirement doesn't cover. It also covers medications and such, which my TRS covers medications. And I mean, I tell you what, I don't really pay anything for I take 8 different pills every day, different medications every day, some of them twice a day. And I get 90-day supplies, and they're freebies. I don't, knock on wood, I'm blessed. I don't have to pay for them. And, you know, some of that stuff is fairly expensive. Jack, Yoda's channel, Yoda's Blessed Life, you need to go look at it. As I had said previously, my channel was a little bit bigger than his. He now has over 55K. And that's in a little over a year. He has just blown up since he's changed his content up some. He really has been blessed. He really has been blessed. And he insists on staying with Yoda. he likes to, he insists on staying with Yoda. Oh, man. I'm having a good time just laughing. You've got a blue wrench. You should be able to basically hit on the, just tap on the image, and it should lead you to the channel. And he always returns the favor. So if you reach out to him, he'll do the same with you. So it is Friday, and I'll be going back to work on Monday. And I just want to talk a little bit about where I'm at and what's going to happen. I plan on letting my main channel, this channel, rest for about 2 weeks for a reset. I'm not going to use it for a couple of weeks. And when I come back after a couple of weeks, I'll hit it hard. In the meantime, I will use my backup channel. Miss Anne Marie Angel, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Another good friend. I was disrupted several times this afternoon. I was trying to follow her live stream. She does puzzles in the afternoon. She and Gary, and they make puzzle. They do these beautiful 500,000 piece puzzles, and I really enjoy it. It reminds me of my aunt, may she rest in peace, who used to love making those 1,000-piece puzzles that lay it out, and it'd take a couple of weeks to work through one of those puzzles. Working off and on it, you know, for something to do, and you know, and this is fun. So, my wife sent me out for food. I had to leave, so I'm lurking. And then I wound up going into Sam's. And I got disrupted in there, so it's like, whoops, I'm off, you know, I'm not on the live stream. And I was popping in and out of the live stream. Then I'd leave a comment, and I'd lurking here, you know, or hey, how you doing? You know, Nicole came in, and Rocket was in there for a little while, I think, and Ruth Ann. And Gary occasionally would make a comment, but it's hard when you're out and about. A lot of times I'm out and about, or sometimes I'll go and I'll sneak in there and I'll lurk, and I'm at school, and I'm letting it run, you know, and I'm at school, like my lunch, you know, it's like lunchtime or something other, on a lunch break or whatever, and I'll sneak in and I'll say hello to somebody. Like once in a while, somebody else is doing a stream, and I'll sneak in for a minute or two, and I'll say how you doing, and leave a like, and you know, and say something encouraging, and then I'll be out and about doing whatever I need to do. So at any rate, Food Forest Permaculture. How are you doing, Howie? And I do have some topics to go through, and I'll start in a couple of minutes. Just want to say a little bit more about what's going on with me. So I've had a couple of people that wanted me, they enjoy my MRE reviews. And I'm always teasing Gary about chickens. Gary, we're always talking about chicken. I love chicken. I love fried chicken. I love, rotisserie chicken. And we were talking about chickens. And when we got started on that was back in the day, it was somewhere close to around Christmas. And Gary was talking about he had purchased an 8-pound turkey. And we had a 23-pound turkey for Christmas. And I guess they were having difficulty finding a decent sized bird or whatever. And he was talking about how much it had cost. And I had basically said something to the effect, that my 23-pound turkey that we had purchased cost about the same as that 8-pound turkey in U.S. money, trying to do the translation and everything. And I said, are you sure it wasn't a chicken? You sure it wasn't just a good-sized chicken? And ever since then, I've been teasing back and forth about chickens. But, yeah. I feel like I should probably repeat, if you want an opportunity to be in my drawing, your name in my hat for the 2300 giveaway, you need to leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I've done. Now, I will not have done any more after the one I just did today, and I put one out yesterday. So I put out 2. I said I was going to put out a couple of videos this week, and I did. Waited till the end of the week to do it, but I did. And those 2, and the 3 prior to those 2, are the ones I'm taking the count from. Now, so far, when I started my stream tonight, the MRE menu number 5 chicken chunks had 30 views. I released it about 3 hours ago and had 30 views. About 10 comments. And I have not responded with my own comments to any of the comments that I've received. I have liked everything. As they leave comments, I've liked them, but I haven't responded to those particular comments. I'm trying to keep a running tally of where I'm going to be at. But I've got 40 comments on some of the prior videos. It won't do any good for those people if you didn't leave a like and a supportive comment on the last video I just released, which is this one. So between now and probably tomorrow afternoon, and I anticipate overnight or tomorrow morning at some point probably reaching 2300. I'm gonna make a list of who all left comments on the last video, and then I'm gonna start back. It's gonna take me a little while to do it. Then I'm gonna start backtracking for more videos, and I'll come up with my list of who's gonna. And I may still be getting comments a week from now, but it won't help you if I've already cut that off. So if you want, and you can talk to some of the people or look at some of the people that have won previous subscriber giveaways. SD Mountain Man was the last one for the 2200. I think Enrique Trevino was the 2000, or he might have been the 2100. I think Uncle Al was the 2100, and then Enrique was the 2000. And he was also the 100 on my backup channel. And speaking of the backup channel, I'm at about 120 on my backup channel. And while I'm off of my main channel for a couple of weeks to let it rest, I'm going to be using my backup channel. So when I do my live streams on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting probably next weekend, I'll use the backup channel. I'll also be releasing shorts on the backup channel, and I may release one or two videos on the backup channel. But I'd like to get the backup channel up over 150. So that'll be my goal, is to get past 150 on the backup channel. At one point, when I did this again last year, and I let my main channel rest for 1 month, my goal was to get to 100. And it took me about 5 weeks. It took me 1 extra week to get from about, I forgot where I was at. I think I was at 42 or so. It took me about 5 weeks to get to 100. And right now I'm sitting right at about 120. So if you are not friends with me on my backup channel, and with a lot of you, I've got you down on both of my channels, but I mainly use my main channel. So every once in a while you might see where I left a comment from my backup channel, but I'm going to be, for a period of a couple of weeks, I'll specifically be using my backup channel. And I may basically stick with that until I get to the 50. It may take an extra week to get to the 50. I don't know. I may do it in a hurry. It may be slow. So that's basically where I'm at right now. So with that being said, let's get started on topics. The Ravenous One, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Summer Sun, how you doing? Julie West, Summer Sun. Thank you for coming in. Please leave a like and supportive comment. So let's get with some topics. Topic 1. This is a prep topic. Cache. C-A-C-H-E. Pronounced cache. C-A-S-H. Not in the garage or in your house. A different storage area away from your residence. A cache. Backup supplies of food, water, ammo, gear, and clothing. In small amounts, packable on foot, in case of a seizure or confiscation or loss. Have several caches within a walking distance or close riding distance of your home. You know, Uncle Al's always talking about that 50-mile circle. You need to have a cache or two in case something happens. Emergency supplies. Drop that link, okie doke. Drop the link, it said okay. That's it. Topic 2. Glove box items for SHTF. A life straw in a water collapsible bag. I just got some of those in. Don't want to get up and go get one, but I've got some life straws. Just got some in. Thank you, Melinda. So a life straw and water collapsible bag. Glow sticks. Uncle Al's very big on glow sticks. Thank you. Glow sticks, 6 sticks used for roadside breakdowns, emergency assistance, night evacuations, marking people, gear, and locations. Crack it, drop it, stay visible. A mylar foil bivy bag. I just showed some mylar bivvies. Just got a 4-pack in. I'll put one of these in the goodie box. It'll keep you warm in cold weather. Simple tools, saves lives. That's a smart prep. Topic 3. Keep 2 1-liter bottles of water on hand. At school, office, work, car trunk, cash, and home. Heat wave or cold wave. Thirst hits more often than bad zombie scenarios. Water may be gone in an emergency. So it's a good idea to have some of that in your cache. Well, topic number 4 is depressing. News flash by Fox News Channel. Chuck Norris, dead at 86. He just recently turned 86. Had his birthday last month. He was working on a project in Hawaii when he died. Uncle Al and some of Uncle Al's friends are of the opinion may be suspicious. Something may have happened to him. That's just an unsubstantiated guess. I don't know. But it's a great loss. I had a Chuck Norris story I used to tell about him getting disqualified from a karate tournament in Houston for a low kick. He wound up, one of my friends, may he rest in peace, who has passed away. He was into martial arts. And at a tournament he was participating in, he competed against Chuck Norris, and Chuck Norris got disqualifying for racking him. Gary Crick, may he rest in peace. Take care, Mike. Thank you for stopping by. God bless. Have a great week and put out some more content. Mike is my guy for ration reviews. He's my all-time guy. I'll watch his stuff before I watch Steve 89. And Steve 89, he's the GOAT. But I'm loyal to Mike. Mike's my guy for reviews. Thank you for coming in, Mike. So Chuck Norris, he had a long life. He had a very, very, very good life right up to the very end. You know, he was very active right up to the very end. He worked out. You would have never known he was 85, 86 years old. And topic number 5. And this is something that we had a lot to use during COVID. Folding N95 masks. You should have 3 masks in your go home bag, your office, school, or glove box. You should have a mask. And I keep one in my oversized first aid kit. N95. Reasons: dust particles, odors, and fluid particles. Good idea. Good idea. Yeah, I always joked about sending in Walker. They want to send in a Texas Ranger. I said send in Chuck Norris. My great grandfather back in the day was a Texas Ranger. We're talking 19th century. During the 19th century, he was a Texas Ranger, and after leaving the Rangers, he was a county sheriff for 26 years of San Patricio County, St. Patrick's County, San Patricio County, south of us. He was sheriff there for 26 years, and his name was David Odom. I was named after him. I'm David Odom Lynn. My father was a Lynn. My mother was an Odom. And I was named after my great-grandfather, who was named after his father. And my grandfather was David Odom. So my mother's father was David Odom. So a long line of David Odoms. May they all rest in peace. "86 years old. Might have overexerted himself. Horrible. Just absolutely horrible to think about that. It's very important to use sanitizer. I carry you should always, before you eat, be liberal with it. I do that before I eat at school. Eat my lunch. Sanitizer. Don't let people sneeze on you. If people are sneezing and coughing, stay clear of them. They talk about social distancing. Social distancing is really 15 feet. It's not just 5 feet or 6 feet. It's 15 feet. You should be stay 15 feet away. And really, if you're in an enclosed space, you're going to get the germs. You're going to get the germs. The other thing about viruses, you need. See, the thing about an N95 mask is it's supposed to filter to 3 microns because these viruses are very, very small. And you need something that will filter out to 3 microns. Now, the other thing to think about when it comes to these viruses, it can enter through your eyeball. So if you're not wearing goggles that are enclosed goggles, you can actually have the virus enter through your eyeball, through your eye. You don't believe me? Google it or ask your doctor the next time you're over. They'll tell you some stuff. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes. Yes. Like when they're in hazmat, when they're in hazmat, they're wearing like NBC suits. They're completely covered. They've got over the whole head, the whole 9 yards. And they're probably using a respirator that they're breathing through. Ever so often they have one of those outbreaks in Africa. And they've had people that have been over there and then they come over here and then they've got it and they bring it in. And they have to isolate them. They have to put them in an isolation ward. They're wearing hazmat gear when they go in and treat them. That's one of the things that they worry about. When it was spreading here and around the world, some of the countries were not wanting to talk about how it was affecting them. And there were countries that were hit really hard, a lot harder than us. And they had a lot more people pass than we did. And they tried to play it off, and their governments tried very, very, very quietly tried to play off the seriousness of it. Yeah, air tanks. Hello, Rachel, mom of 4 boys. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I wasn't going to say Iran, but yeah, they were basically, they dug pits to bury their dead. They had mass graves over there. We had satellite imagery of it. Just checking, still at 22.98. Well, they might have been both. And they're going to pay for that. They're going to pay for all those people that they killed. That's one reason why they're just trying so hard to not go under, because they know there will be a reckoning when they do. That's one of the problems with citizens not being able to be armed. The government can basically do whatever they want to you, with immunity, pretty much. Drinking some excellent coffee. It's a coffee stick. This is a Nescafe coffee stick. I use my kettle to heat the water, boil the water, and I've got 2 Carnation liquid creamers in it. The little original creamers. No sugar, just coffee with a couple of creamers in it. And I have to say, life is good. My elixir. That was very good. So, when we talk about what do you do in emergencies, one, you need to have cash. I mean, I carry a debit card, but I also carry cash. I'm down on my cash right now. Got like $56 here. A 20 and 6 5s, 7 5s, and a 1. I'm down on my cash right now, but I normally carry a couple $100 in cash on me. Usually, I try to carry at least 21s on me, and then 5s and some 10s, and just for emergency purposes, and also when I don't want to use my debit card. But and I don't like using my debit card for small purchases. Going to get a coffee or go get this or go get that, and it's only a couple of bucks. I don't like using my debit card for that. I just use cash. Quarters, yep, gotta have quarters. I have been rolling. Just gave my wife a roll of quarters. Here's another roll I just rolled. Should carry in your bag a roll of quarters. Nunez Racing 12, how are you doing? Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. I'm showing 22. Showing 22. You're one of the 32%. All right. Relate what the 32% is. Refresh my memory of what the 32% is, please. Hope the spring break is off to a good start. Yeah, I was reading there'd been an incident in Port Aransas. Had a kid in the back of a Jeep twerking, got in a wreck and got slammed off the Jeep. Wound up having a fight. I think there was a shooting. Of course, Uncle Al talks about anal raping, like, really? And he's got a fixation on that. It seems to think something like that comes out in the news, he's quick to catch it. And supposedly the Texas Rangers, I said, send in Chuck Norris, may he rest in peace. I'm going to send in the Texas Rangers to. They did that where I was working. I was principal over in Yorktown for several years before I retired. And they had a scandal with the police department over there, and the Texas Rangers had to come in and investigate. And they wound up closing down the police department, and the county wound up picking up services for law enforcement over there, which the county had been involved all along, but they used to have a small police force inside the town, and they did away with that. And the police chief and the lieutenant both got in some serious trouble for some shenanigans. Mini pizzas and drinking bourbon. Mob fist fight of 300 drunken youths. Yeah, I can imagine. I used to have to break up fights. The only 2 times I ever got injured was getting in between girls. I broke up probably 100 fights involving boys. Never got injured, but I did break up some fights between girls. And the 2 times I got injured, getting in between girls. Got wrecked one time. I had to go to it was embarrassing. I had to go to the clinic. They made me go to the clinic, and then I had to drop my shorts, and I had this female doctor examining me. Very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing that I had that happen. Very embarrassing back in the days. That was 30 years ago. Uncle Al's probably drinking some R&R. R&R bourbon. Ah, Jack Daniels. Okay. He's a connoisseur. Yeah, that MRE he sent me has a little bottle in it. I think it was some Canadian mist. Uh, he, of course, for medicinal purposes. Oh, Lord have mercy. R&R. I used to drink Knob Creek. Okie doke. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Well, actually, back in the day, I used to drink Crown Royal. Crown Royal with Coke over ice. Coke Classic. And then when I started gaining weight, it was Diet Coke. Crown Royal with Diet Coke over ice. And then we just drank Diet Coke. Now I don't even drink Diet Coke much. Just pretty much water and coffee. It's cheap. They have big bottles at Costco. Might stock some soon. What, R&R or your Knob Creek? Tried Knob Creek at a pub in Yorkshire. Jack, and God bless you, Jack. It's past midnight over in the UK right now. They're probably going on 1 o'clock in the morning over there. So for those like Anne Marie and Summer Sun and Gary and Jack, when they come in, um, it's past midnight where they're at. God bless all of you. I appreciate it. 9 in the house, 21 likes. 10 youths arrested for molesting a male. Donkey during spring break. 12:50 a.m. Well, God bless you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. And so just to round up and round off what's going on and how it's going and what's going to happen, I'm probably going to be hitting 2,300, and then I'll get my count together of who's going to be in my drawing. It may be a couple of weeks before I do the drawing. Or I may do the drawing and get everything prepped up and have it all ready to go and then just save it for when I come back, and then I may wind up sending the person what they've won, but I just keep my mouth shut about it until I start back using my channel. I'm planning on letting the main channel rest for at least 2 weeks, probably at the end of this weekend, just try to reset with the algorithm. And then I'll use my backup channel. I have a second channel, and the link is, I dropped the link in it. Let me drop it again. I'm just going to say okay. And that's my second channel. And I'm going to use my second channel and try to get it up to 50 friends. No, excuse me, 150 friends. I'm at about 120 right now. And I would like to get it up to about 150. So hopefully over a period of 2 or 3 weeks. And I'll work on it until I get it to that point, and then I'll go back to my main channel. But I'll do my weekend live streams. There'll be taco talks, and I'll probably be releasing some shorts, and I may release a video or two. I'll probably release a channel update video first thing, so people will know what they're dealing with. And hopefully those of you who are friends that are active with me here will pick me up, if you haven't done so already, on my backup channel, and I'll get it to where I would like to see it at for now. I don't really plan on using 2 channels consistently, but the backup channel is to basically, I back up information on private, so if something were to happen to my main channel, I could be releasing it on my backup channel. KP Heathen says, I'm working smarter, they're working harder, LOL. Well, I hear you. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you. And I believe I've got him on both of my channels too. I think I'm friends with him on both of my channels. So I will do another stream tomorrow and likely do another stream Sunday. I normally live stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did 2 this week, which was Tuesday and yesterday, Thursday, because I was off on spring break. I said I would release 2 videos. Have you done it yet? Nope. Have you done it yet? Nope. Have you done Menu 5 yet? Nope. Nope. Well, I got it done. I just released it today. I did it this morning. That was my breakfast. And I got it done. It takes forever to upload those bloody videos. When I did that 30-minute video, it took probably about an hour and a half for that damn thing to upload where I could release it. This one was 17 minutes, and it probably took 30 minutes to get it uploaded. It is what it is. And so I got that released. And I had the one that I released yesterday. And those 2 are going to count. Good night, Uncle Al. Take care. Thank you so much. And those 2 will count in my 5. So, and when I last checked, I had about 10 commenters, 30 views, and 10 of which had left comments. Odds are going to be really good. Let's say another 5 or 6 leave comments. That's 15. So chances are it can't be more than about 15 people that'll be in the hat. And one of those 15, 1 out of 15, and actually some folks, like Enrique's got 2 channels, and he usually qualifies in both of his channels. So he's got a double shot at it. And that is what that is. I'm trying to control my blood sugar. I take a lot of medication for different things. My blood pressure, cholesterol, diuretic, anti-inflammatory for arthritis. I take 3 different blood sugar medications. I take 3 metformins, 500 milligram metformins each day, trying to keep my blood pressure, my blood sugar under control. I behave most of the time as far as what I eat, sweets and such. I drink almond milk, 30 calories for an 8-ounce glass. That's like nasty stuff, but I drink it when I have try to have a healthy cereal. I use almond milk. I try to get all the stuff that has low sugar or no sugar. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your support. Curbside Classics, how are you doing? Let me go in and give you a wrench. All right, Curbside, you are now a standard moderator on my channel. I believe Curbside is also from the UK. It's pretty late, my friend. And I just gave you another friendship. Trying to avoid that other word because I don't want to get purged. Curbside has 1.52K, 269 videos, and puts out some really good stuff. Really good stuff. I will be back over to visit you, probably tomorrow. Curbside. A really, really good channel. Thank you for coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel, everybody. And you're basically coming in at the tail end of my live stream. I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's midnight over at the UK. I apologize, folks, but there's a 5 hours difference in time. Those who come in over from the Philippines or from Japan or, down under, they're 13 hours ahead. So usually it's like at 7 o'clock in the evening here, it's 8 o'clock in the morning over there. So when they come in, it's already the next day. That being said, well, God bless you. You're one of 5 or 6 folks from the UK that have been in my live stream this evening. I appreciate you. And I would encourage everybody to be friendly. And that way everybody picks up a few. So that being said, when I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I take my medication, drinking my coffee. I get cleaned up. Say the Lord's Prayer. Try to get right in my head. Go about my business. And I practice the Boy Scout motto, the preparedness motto, be prepared. And as I always say, everybody have a blessed day. And I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll get back together again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody coming in. God bless. Bye-bye.